Thanks, Rasa, for introducing us. It's a big pleasure for us too, Christina and me, to be here in Riga. And yeah, we will be quickly presenting our work in Vilnius. Interesting, you mentioned we work over 2 decades, and this is what I wanted to express as well. Institute Media, the association we have behind us in Vilnius, was founded in 1998. And we founded it with different people, but my always the forerunner organization was RIXI back then, or Relab. And I was always thinking to have this vision in or for Lithuania. So Riga or Latvia was always in front of what we were doing. And I got a bunch of people around. Back then I was, I think, still a master student. And we founded association, Institute Media, with different things. And the next slide actually is from 1998. If it works. If it doesn't, so there is no slide. But back then we had different, yeah, so this is the slide from our website from 1998. And this is what we had back then. So we had internet radio, we had different social action, we had electronic journal, mailing list, data bank, and virtual input-output, which is meaning that our association was focused on the work online and not in the physical reality, or association was conceptualized as the organization in the internet, not in the physical reality. So at that time, we didn't have any physical space, but we had different activities which were back then innovative, let's say. And we were having no physical spaces for a long time. And as the world has changed in between, so like 6 years ago, we have rented the spaces in Vilnius, and we moved into the physical space because we were thinking that it makes much more sense to work in social space, not in virtual space any longer, because it was too much about social networks online, but we were so tired of doing things online that we moved back into the physical space. And we established a space which is called Alt Lab. And Christina will be showing a couple of activities from the Alt Lab, from what we do in the space. Right? Or shall I quickly introduce the idea behind? Or you will talk also about the space? Yeah, okay.
I joined a bit later, so I guess maybe you can start with like how it started.
Okay, so OutLab is basically the space for interdisciplinary work. And what we have is a biolab for molecular biology. We can do analysis of DNA, let's say. And we have also a social space where we come together, and this social space is convertible to exhibition space. The space which is here is the initial space, and we move to a little bit smaller spaces, but it still has the same format, like biolab and social space, which is convertible to exhibition space.
And one of the projects that we did was called Cycles. And the idea behind was it's not just about like artists exhibiting their work, but also more about like the exchange of knowledge and their practices with other artists, other general public, and people of different fields, artists and non-artists. Yeah, so projects involve So this Cycles project had 10 different workshops, each from a different field. So top left was embroidery based on different networks, just basically visualizing different networks in like data or photographs. Then we had analog electronics workshops, sort of experimenting, building a synthesizer from scratch and exchanging with like a electronics engineer, that as a medium for work. We had extraction of DNA. And top right was building a Vinogradsky column by gathering some local mud from a stream. Then top left, we had some work and discussion on artistic work with algae, and discussion on live organisms in art. On the top right, there was kombucha material artists that presented the way their practice as well. Bottom left was traditional Chinese tea brewing and discussion about again about bio art and its implications, like how life and art can interact. The right bottom was the same DNA extraction. Then we also involved some political science exchange into all of that. So we had counter narrative workshop. So we had a political scientist and designer that initiated this workshop. That we had a practical discussion about how narratives are formed in political discourse, and what could be possible counter narratives. To that, we had psychedelic, techno psychedelic workshop. That's that picture. Yeah. So this is. So this is again like kombucha, and this is the Vinogradsky column workshop where and bottom left was also Mindaugas workshop that he did with maybe you want to expand on that.
How much time is?
We like a few 3 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, so the work we do is very diverse. Usually or often it involves scientists. What I did during this project, which was a quite extensive project, combining experiments of interaction and electricity, basically, but in this case, we did interaction between humans and non-humans. So there is a dog over there, somewhere in the middle, right? If I see it well. So the dog had the headwear piece to sense EEG waves, whatever it's called, electromagnetic waves of the brain, and I had also on my head, and we were exchanging our brain waves in order to experience each other between dog and myself. Maybe briefly about it.
So yeah, so that was one cycle of events, and now it's sort of also functioning as a community space. So it's just like self-funded space, and the lab has sort of turned not into just biological lab, but the lab sort of turned into artistic lab where people can experiment with different ideas. And so we basically have all types of workshops, from discussing post-colonialism in Eastern Europe to light drawing to all kinds of different workshops and like film screenings, and yeah, some pictures from the new space of the things people do. So it can vary from political science to even crafts, or bio art and engineering. So yeah, so that's it. I didn't write down the website, but it's O dash. Yes, that's if you're curious. All right. Thank you.